So hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and this is the journey throughout the category C airports, and one of them is the Gibraltar airport. So we are going to fly to Gibraltar from Ibiza. As you can see right now, we are at Ibiza airport, and as I said before, very important it's to perform the correct briefing. We will go through it, and we will look what is in Gibraltar important, what is not important. But basically, Gibraltar Airport, it's category C airport mainly because the turbulence, or the, let's say, strong wind shear and downdraft factors, which are basically created on the rock, which is about very near and close to the airport, and the short runway. It is mixed civil and military aviation as well. So I will put Gibraltar Airport, and we don't have as much information or as much source of information as a real cruise, so we have to just check it like this one. And as you can see, on the runway length, or let's say landing distance available for us, because it's now easterly wind configuration, so runway 09 will be fine for us, and we have only 1500 meters long runway, which is not which shouldn't be legal for 737, because 737 is, as you know, well known, category 4C, so that means 1800 meters. But anyway, the exceptions are in Europe, for example, Skiatos and so on. So in this case, we are encountering runway 09, and if we are encountering runway 09, there is a heavy bird activity and wind turbulence over the rock. As you can see, it's just written there, and there is the wind effects. Okay. Basically it's 090, so that means that we should encounter this chart and mail me some turbulence right over here. Okay. Wind speed and direction, as you can see. That means that it should be quite a turbulent and quite a tricky. Another tricky situation is that we don't have, as I was checking in Navigraph data, we don't have any arrivals. These arrivals, as we have in on Flight Simulator, is just advisory. We will make to create on our own. Why? Because as you can see, we have SRA, so that means surveillance radar approach. Okay, civil. So that means that all approach is provided by radar vectors until you see the runway. Okay, and the best solution will be for the day flight, because there is 090, 15 knots, I guess so, should be the first officer of pilot flying, but first officers are mainly not allowed to fly the category C airport. Okay, so it should be the captain, but the captain doesn't have the correct visibility for this particular runway, so it's a little bit a tricky of approach. But come back to Ibiza, there is absolutely nothing special. Okay, I just put them up and we may start, and we are ready to go. Okay. So everything is fine. We'll start with the APU, okay, if you don't mind. Master caution overheat detect, okay. Put it on the APU. So what else to say? I have basically no idea what to say the next. I didn't check the explain database because there are sometimes the situations in which some database contains seed stars and arrival, some database not, but basically to be okay, to be honest, I flew this type of approach 20 years ago in Banas airport only once. Okay, and now we are on VATSIM and there is no air traffic controller, so we don't have, but we don't have the radar vectors. Okay, so we have to somehow make a procedure, and we will see how we can deal with FMC database and how we can create our custom waypoints in order to have something. Okay, so mainly APU is available, so we can put the APU on bus, perform the rest of the fire tests. Okay, test the bottles. Again, okay. Cargo fire test is perfect. Leading edge devices. IRSCs, that's okay. Okay, so the tests are okay. Circuit breakers, everything, gear pins, we have safety equipment documentation on board as well, so that's absolutely perfect. So we may press the parking brakes, put the reflection jacket and make a walk around the airplane, and first officer pre-flight procedure like this one. Absolutely perfect. That's okay. We have now flight level 330 in Gibraltar. It's basically 0. So sorry, 330. 330 lights are okay. Oxygen we have tested 100%. Okay, so we have to pressurize the hydraulic system B to charge the brake pressure accumulator. That's okay, we are going to make a refueling. That's quite perfect. 1 to 2 decimal 8. Put it here, 1 to 1. To 1.5 as well here. Okay, so that's quite okay. Well, right now we have catering on board, so we can disconnect and we can reconnect. The fuel truck maintenance 1 is okay, and regarding to the fuel, how much fuel? Okay, so that's the question. The weather in Gibraltar is pretty fine. I made one test flight to Gibraltar and I need to perform the go around, and it's unusual go around procedure a little bit. However, it looks like absolutely trivial. 6.6 and we have plenty of room space, so 7.5 I will put over there. 7.5 1,500 kilograms. Okay, so once the hose is attached, we can continue. Okay, so we may start our refueling and we can start to fuel the FMC. So Ibiza, perfect. We have gate number 16. Okay, and okay, so would I forget to put it into the sim brief? Sorry, what I'm doing. I will try to put the company root. Gibraltar, activate, execute. We have Transavia. I guess this was call sign. Yes, Transavia 6 Papa Lima. 6 Papa Lima, and what's the weather condition right now over at Ibiza? 3603 knots. So in this case, we have departure Costa, runway 06. We'll use however preferential runway system in Ibiza is runway 24. 3 knots of tailwind. It's basically it's not 3 knots of tailwind. I will pick up runway 24, okay, without any problems, because the tailwind component is too low. Okay, so performance 330, we have got it. Transition 6000, that's okay. Cost index for today flight, we have 60. Reserves, we have for Malaga 2.5. Cruise wind component, we have 23938. Perfect. And the last, I think it's -2 ISA deviation, so -52. Absolutely perfect. So now we are ready to go. So the walk around about the airplane was completed. Everything is quite fine and quite okay, so I'm happy with the situation. Okay, so fire light test, sorry. Light test was performed, and okay, so 800 will be acceleration. It's approximately, it doesn't matter exact number, okay. Put it right over here there. 6000 is initial altitude, but I don't know what is exactly stuff from runway 24. 242. But in case of relanding, I will use a runway with headwind component, okay, because with tailwind component and flaps 15, it's a little bit unstable on the approach, while on the approach it's it should be a problem. So 061. Zero 061. 061, continue with the scan flow, oxygen tested, everything is fine, perfect. And now we have 11-1. And 117.8 is the VOR. So the pre-flight procedure and preliminary procedure is completed. So yeah, well, basically we have fuel on board. So shortly we have fuel. We have refueling completed. So now refueling is completed. It's absolutely perfect. We are on APU. We can put fresh air into the cabin. Would I forget? Okay. And now we may ask for passenger bus from terminal, and we are taking 181 packs on board. 1 packs on board. We'll wait for bus arriving, and we are requesting for baggage loading as well, and we have 2.4. So 1000 and 1400. That's okay. That's perfect. Master caution. Okay, so bus is right over here, so we may start the boarding. Okay, I will prepare just a performance calculation tool. Okay, so there is missing takeover unavailable. So in our case, 2800. Okay. So the day before I tried to perform the video to Gibraltar to see just for you, but the real weather conditions doesn't reflect absolutely those in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And when I was at the MDA, I didn't see the runway, so I need to perform the go around, and I need to divert to Malaga. So basically, from this video, it was unuseful. Maybe useful was the little bit non-standard approach how to perform the go around. Okay, so let's see how to perform the approach procedure. But anyway, so we can start loading. And I know that both of that everybody want to see a nice pictures and nice graphics. It's crucial for flight simulator flying and gaming and so on. I fully understand, but these videos are for those of you who would like to become a professional pilot, and so I will take into consideration to have correct field of the FMC and so on and so on. So and all how are moving all the stuff around the airplane and so on and so on. So well, how we are with loading. So loading will be almost completed. Okay, so all the passengers on board. That's perfect. Forward compartment is almost loaded, and as well as aft cargo compartment. Maybe I will make another videos, for example, to how to transport the dangerous goods, or how to transport, or let's say what are the types of approach light systems, because the winter is coming and the weather conditions are close to the minimums. Okay. Okay, so we are complete. Can detach 67.8. Okay. Well, strange calculation, but okay, I have to accept it. So flaps 1 and 26k of engines. It makes absolutely no sense for me, but anyway. 5.6, and V speeds are 144, 146 and 145. One 154. Okay, so well, basically that's it. We can close the stairs or close the doors. All passengers and all documentation is on board. So we can make a before start procedure. It's quite fine. We can put the jump seat as well. Transponder squawk mode Charlie, anti-collision lights on, engine start procedure. It's okay, and ground equipment clear on the right side, clear on the left side. So we are good to go. Start the engines. So engine number 2, it's coming. Okay, supplementary procedure and start engine number 1. Okay, so we have starter cutout, flaps 1 and before taxi checklist and procedure. Okay, so we have 2 good stable engines, you may disconnect. And we have flaps 1, green light, hydraulic, it's okay, so ailerons checked, elevator checked, rudder checked, APU switch off, blank lower display unit recall, and now everything is checked and checklist complete below the line, so we may taxi. Okay, so left side clear, right side clear, can release the parking brakes, and here we go for our Gibraltar adventure. Okay, so forget to release the chokes, my fault. I'm not still get used of the control wheel steering, or let's say nose wheel steering. From the airplanes, I try Tollies, I try flight factor. Flight factor was too rough for me. Tollies was absolutely unacceptable regarding to the nose wheel steering, and the most true to real life it's Zibo mode. Okay, regarding to this model situation. Okay, right clear, left clear. Okay, so before takeoff procedure, weather radar, traffic, reset fuel flow, terrain radar, and flaps 1, green light, stabilizer 5.7 unit set. So before takeoff checklist completed. This performance calculator wasn't true because from this particular runway and with this weight to have 26k engines and flaps 1 we will go up like a rocket. I will show you. I will couple the autopilot as soon as possible, so you will see. Okay, so left side is clear, it's okay. Right side as well, line up procedure. Start the flight time and rolling takeoff. So runway 24, runway heading 240 checked. Okay, engine stable, takeoff. knots. 80 knots checked. V1 rotate. As you can see, we have plenty of accelerated stop distance available in front of us. So, and remember, you may go until pitch attitude of 20, okay? Because when you don't have to follow the flight directors, you have to go to maximum limitation of 20 degrees of pitch attitude, okay? Another situation is that I have now coupled the autopilot, but as you can see right now, okay, so this is the situation in which we result. Okay, 6000 I will put higher, for example 180, and now we may accelerate. Can put the airports. Flaps up. And I will little bit hurry, so after flight level 100 we start our preparation to Gibraltar, and we'll make the exact procedure it looks like. Okay, so we now 6000 transitions at standard. Okay, so I can put flight level 330 as a final. So flight level 100, reset the minimums, lights off. We'll wait for the en route climb speed, and then we can check the Gibraltar, okay? Okay, so we may release the passengers, okay? And now what will be the situation right now, okay? So we put there Gibraltar. And now arrivals are civil, okay? And I will put it a little bit like this one in order to see. There is clearly stated that the tracks depicted on the charts are only for guidance when radar not available. Pilots will normally be directed by radar to a 10-mile final for runway in use. In all cases, the pilots will be given track guidance, okay? If they appear likely to infringe Spanish restricted airspace. Okay, overflight of the Rock Harbor is absolutely forbidden. So, if you look at the FMC departure arrival, we have absolutely nothing stated right over here. So, if you look at the approach, we have SAR SRA for runway 09er, and you can see that this is the visual part, and for the visual part we can go to map or let's say in this kind of map, okay? So so 10 nautical miles is radar fix, okay? I like this one. It's mandatory to have 1500 feet right over here, and this is the visual descent point, okay? So which one to use, okay? I will maybe go for another one because this is too steep, okay? Turn right over here. But this is for the military airplane, and this is for the civil aviation, so we have to be precise right over here. So what we are going to do, we will make a runway 09er. We have to check the puppy indication, okay? Why? Because puppy indication, as you can see, is 3 degrees, okay? So we put a runway extension of 1 mile and puppy 3 degrees. So this is our visual part of the approach, okay? And now we have to create, because we don't have the traffic controller which gives us the radar vectors and so on, so we need to somehow create the arrival and all the procedures. So we are coming to point which is PMOS point, okay? It's going from Malaga VOR and going to PMOS point, and from PMOS point we have to go directly to UPMUP point, okay? So MUP point, and from UPMUP point we have to depict it this waypoint, which is DME 8.5. from Gibraltar Takan, but it's 16 nautical miles, so Umpu point and 272 slash 16 nautical miles, so we've got this waypoint and we are going to Ripra. That's okay. So now if we look at the chart, auto brake on 3 with node compromise. So as you can see, PMOS, here we have Upmoop and to the Ripra point, okay? And now we're going to Gibraltar, which is right over here, so it's very close and very short final, okay? And Ripra, it's DME9 from Gibraltar Takan, okay? But anyway, it's well, we can make it via two ways, okay? We can go fully visually, but we can as well create our own approach, okay? So what does it means? This radar fix, I don't know what this is stated for, if it is radar fix from Takan VOR or no, from or not from Takan VOR. We will see, but we have to be aware of the one fact that we should have 1500 nautical miles within 5 DME, okay? So I will put Ripra and I will put 360 and 6 miles 6 mile, okay? Then Ripra as well, 360 slash 5 mile final, okay? And X-ray point, it's not coded in database, but it's 3 miles final. But these waypoints are not true, okay? So I guess it's 3 miles final from Takan VOR, okay? So basically this is the radar fix. I don't know from which this radar fix. The procedures doesn't comply with PAN ops, that's okay. Radar approach point X-ray, 3ME radar fix, radar contact cannot be guaranteed after passing point X-ray. For visual approach chart, refer to blah 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 and so on and so on. So these two waypoints, I can delete it because I was not true about the situation, okay? I don't know if it is DME from Ripra, 6 nautical miles, but if it is 6 nautical miles, it should be reverted, okay? So this should be 6 nautical and 5 nautical. So I will delete all this waypoint and what we can do right now, I will put a circle I will leave it like this one. I will execute it. Okay. And I will go to the fixed page and put there Gibraltar. Maybe it is in database. It's not over there. Okay. 113.6. As you can see, we have no visual references basically. Okay, right here. So that could be a problem. So how can we accommodate to the situation to be more or less okay? Once again, visual chart. Okay, so we'll connect this waypoint. But from Ripra we should go within 360. Okay, so we have 1000 to level off. That's perfect. We are making a turn. We should have 360. Okay, from Ripra, and as you can see, we are not going to 360. So maybe the runway extension, or let's say we can put the Ripra. Well, okay. Very roughly, this is the basic airport reference point. So I will put into the fixed page okay, and now I will put 3 nautical miles of the ring, as you can see, and we'll try to realize somehow how to proceed next. Ripra 360, and for example I put there this is the 5 mile, 7 mile. Okay, so Ripra 360 slash 7 nautical miles. Okay, it's basically okay, so we can leave it like this one, and now we can connect it. It's some kind of science on flight simulator. Okay, so once again via Ripra, and now I will put the 5 nautical miles ring, and this 5 nautical miles ring should be we should have altitude 1500 feet. Okay, and we should have altitude 1500 feet until this point, and then we can go down. Okay, so maybe as you can see 4.5, if I put the Ripra 4.5, It's exactly this waypoint. That's absolutely perfect. Okay, it's it's very rough computation, guys. Okay, it's a very rough computation. This procedure. Okay, so now overhead this waypoint we should have 1500, and we should have 1500 as well on this waypoint, but uh, mm, uh, for me it sounds that it's not good idea. Okay, because as you can see overhead this waypoint, but this is deeper 3. Okay, nautical miles, that's perfect. Okay, so we have 1500, that's perfect. Okay, and we have 920, and that's it. Okay, Gibraltar airport elevation, it's so we are making final turn within 400 feet. Okay, so and climb to 4000 feet, but be aware of the fact that the misapproach heading for this time will be 090. Okay, so this we have pre-selected. We should pre-select as well the forecast page. So flight level 70 and request wind. And I will check it right now with meteorological services. Um, 07010 knots, okay, broken, it's okay, fuel, QNH 1010. Okay, so deviation 0, that's quite okay, that's quite perfect. And what I forget to put here, so be aware of the fact that we should have overhead PMOS point from Malaga to PMOS flight level 65 until Upmup, and Upmup point should be 3000 feet at or above, and we have 6000, that's quite okay. And regarding to the approach from 3000 to 1520, that's okay. That's quite perfect. So 1010. In order to have something depicted over here, so I will put 360. Okay, we have 360, and Gibraltar is 133.6. We'll see if we catch up some DME or no. Okay, so we are approximately prepared, and MDA it's 920. Uh, 920, and we are going to burn 1.4 ton of fuel. Okay, so 1.4, that means 64.4. Quite heavy for the short runway. Okay, flaps 40. and I will try to be established within 10 nautical miles from runway. So sorry about that. Three nautical miles, we should have the as you can see it's okay, so we have to turn right over this point. Maybe if we are visually, I will extend it and then make it steep turn. Maybe it will be with the bang angle, so we will see later on. Okay, so that's it. All the situation we have explained it, so that's perfect. The problem should be when we perform go around to put all the waypoints right over there once again. So well, maybe if we perform the go around, I will go after this rock to the right side and just put it visual extended center line of the runway, and basically that's it. So we will see how the situation becomes, because this kind of approach and this is really tough. It's really tough when you can see here. So this is very close. There is very close turn to the airport. Okay, so yeah, well, we will see with my hardware configuration, especially. Okay, so here is Malaga VOR and above this and approximately right over here. So, with hydraulic fluid problem, I can see, no, how can I check it? Yes, system A refill, okay, so I see that there is some problem, but on the ground I don't see any problem. Regarding to the engines, that's quite fine. If we have hydraulic system A problem on this particular airport, we will be in some trouble because hydraulic system A, as you know, contains the ground spoilers. Okay, so if we don't have the ground spoilers, we have significantly loss of landing performance. Okay, especially landing roll performance, and that's deceleration. So in this case, maybe within hydraulic system A failure, I would like to divert to Malaga Airport. But it's a really short final, I can see. Or a really short base, okay. And especially we are very slow, we have headwind of 60 knots. And as you can see, weather is not nice as well. But according to the last med report, the weather should be broken approximately at flight level 110, so, and few clouds, so it should be okay. A little bit much more of the strong headwind component of 070 of 10 knots, but it's turning the wind direction into the northerly configuration, so that's quite okay. So we should avoid the turbulence in a short final. As you can see, we have ground speed only 400 knots, so Okay, so it's a little bit turbulent. It seems to be clear air turbulence. I will check it on the significant weather chart of my operational flight plan, but I guess that there was nothing stated, but just isolation. Yeah, well, it's a turbulence area, but from flight level 100 to flight level 140, it's moderate turbulence. Okay, so and severe icing should be for flight level 200 to flight level 130. So for flight level 200 to flight level 130. Okay, so we are shortly to the top of descent point. So recall and holding fuel available, for example, overhead repara point. We have holding fuel available for 50 minutes. Okay. So we may start descent, let's say flight level 200. Okay, we have 307, but we are expecting the moderate turbulence, so 280 with no compromise and 0.76, like this one, and we will make it with a level change. Go down a little bit with the speed brakes. See how it looks like. Okay, it's deployed. This could be within the emergency escape rope, but it looks like very small. Yeah, it's too small. It's a little bit bigger in real life. Okay, so put back it to the V now. Okay, so what was the significant weather chart and the severe icing from flight level 200 to flight level 130? And as well the moderate turbulence, but so far it's light turbulence. Okay, so we are in clouds. -12. I put the wing anti-ice as well. It's not a cloud, it's some kind of haze or foggy weather. The clouds are right below us. I'll switch it off for the time being. I will leave the engine start switches to continuous. Recall once again, everything is okay. And now it starts to be turbulent quite a bit. So we are turning to PMOS point. And maybe what will be good decision? This is Malaga below us. Yes, it's Malaga. Overhead Repra. I can see it, but from Repra we are making one 90 degree, basically 90 degree turn. Okay, so as you can see, so I will put on Repra point 160 speed, because I would like to be stable. Okay, so flight level 200, fasten belts on. For the turbulence, I will keep the start switches into continuous position. So from Malaga we can go to flight level 65, okay? Flight level 65, so I have to put it right over here. Flight level 65. Okay, and now we can go to flight level 65. This should be within the one line, and maybe I made a mistake a little bit. It's not aligned perfectly, but that's okay. So basically, why the Gibraltar is category C airport? Mainly because of the strong downdraft from Gibraltar Rock, and as well the type of the approach. Okay. As you can see, we have no turbulence, so start switches back to off position, or let's say auto position. Okay, now we can see the Gibraltar airport should be somewhere, let's say over here. Somewhere here, maybe. It's just my opinion. Okay, so we are decelerating into 240. It's crucial for this airport because there is on each chart stated that heavy birds activity. Okay, so in order to be somehow protected, to not broke your window, so 240 speed, it's crucial to have. These clouds, I don't like to see it right here. It should be broken at flight level 110. I will check with the last med report. Yeah, well, okay. We've got a problem. It drops down. We have broken 1700. Okay. So, and the wind again changes the direction. 0909 knots. Okay. Sorry, my fault. So here should be the airport, okay. Okay, so we can go to 3000 feet. One zero one zero. Just right, we have to turn. Well, I don't like this situation. Okay, so we can go to 1500, which is mandatory, over at these 5 nautical miles. Again, it's a rough computation. It should be maybe these nautical miles should be it's related to Takan, but we don't have it in database. So I put airport reference point, which is basically very close enough. Okay, so we put flaps 1. flaps 5. And I will leave it with flaps 10, non-standard. So we are getting closer, and I don't like to see these clouds right over here. And now we'll put gear down and flaps 15. We'll arm the speed brakes. In this kinds of approach, guys, you have to be stable as soon as possible, okay? So we are starting our turn to our final approach segment, and now I will put miss approach heading 090, non-standard, okay, and flaps 25. Okay, so runway is inside, we are fully visually, that's perfect. Flaps 40. It's a little bit kind of tricky situation, use flaps 30 or flaps 40 because of these downdrafts. Maybe I will reconsider myself and I will use only flaps 30. So 147 and 152. So 152, that means that we'll put it like this one, okay? So engine start switch is continuous, speed brake arm, landing it down, flaps 30 green lights, and we will revert altitude to 4000 feet as a miss approach altitude. And now we are fully visually, so I will disconnect the autopilot and I will fly it manually, okay? So autopilot is disengaged. That's perfect. So we have flight directors. Recycle it and deselect speed. We have speed in arm mode, and now we are fully focused. I'm a little bit below the profile. Still a little bit below the profile. Okay, so I'm above the profile, so go down a little bit. Minimum's landing, okay. Okay, so we have 4 whites. That's not good sign. Okay, so now we are a little bit below, so correct ourselves.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, so exactly on the touchdown zone, that's perfect. Sometimes you don't have to realize on the puppy, but focus on the touchdown point, okay? So full reverse, manual braking, 60 knots, closing thrust reverse, closing the speed brakes, that's okay. So, welcome to Gibraltar Airport. It was really tough for me because I didn't flew this airport in real life. Okay, so we can stop the airplane after vacating and I will perform the after landing procedure, quite short. Okay, that's perfect. Stabilizer is on 5, so that's okay. So now we can go to terminal and pick up stand our liking, stop the flight time. So temperature is 16 degrees. I guess that we use the full reverse, but I will not cool down the engines. It makes no sense. When it is 30 degrees or 20 degrees or more, okay, I will perform 3 minutes cooling down the engines, but for the time being I will skip this procedure because we don't need it. It's not too hot weather, so it's okay. So okay guys, so welcome to Gibraltar. AP is available, AP on bus, shutdown procedure and shutdown checklist, and yeah, well, we performed the approach without anything set up in database, so we create our own database and we'll perform approach with the radar vectors. So we were lucky and the weather was quite fine, so So that was perfect. I like it, and remember one thing, that do not rely always on the puppy, okay? Sometimes it's better to focus on the touchdown point, okay? Yeah, well, if you are flying to Tromsø airport, which has a steeper descent angle, you should rely on the puppy and then to the touchdown point. But from a certain altitude, it's basically better to focus on the touchdown point and touchdown exactly on the touchdown zone, okay? Like we did it here, so it was quite okay. So uh, I hope you liked the video. As you can see, the Gibraltar Rock, and see you with the next video. So thank you very much for watching and have a safe flights. Goodbye.